Hello, everyone. This is Sean Ward back with you. I am the founder and lead instructor at Ward and Fifth Consulting. We specialize in consulting startups in all different sectors, but for the sake of this course, we are 100% talking about fashion brand launch. And for many of you who are very familiar with what I do, I'm basically going to be teaching this course in specific areas that are going to be very critical when you're looking to either launch your brand or to grow your brand. These are real world tactics and strategies based off of my experience, not only with launching the brand Shane and Sean, but also kangaroos in the United States. And in addition to countless other, I would say 25 other businesses that I've helped launch in the US over the last 7-8 years. So specifically for this course, we're going to be talking about all of the necessary and yet a little bit boring forms that you need when you're actually growing your business and trying to sell your product. And in this specific lecture, we're going to talk about your line sheets. But in the 6 subsequent courses, we're going to take you through forms that have to deal with your international distribution, your licensing, all the contracts you have to sign. So it's going to be a bunch of information, but I'm going to do screen sharing to show you guys all of these documents. And what I suggest you do, contact me through the Udemy platform or whatever platform you're listening to this on, and I will send you these forms. So if you need these, just shoot a message to the platform and I will send those back to you. Now, just kind of doing a quick recap. We've already been through years 1 and 2 where we're building our brand exclusively through our website, really controlling the message, increasing our profit margins as much as possible without doing wholesale. Year 3, we're actually launching the wholesale business, going into online retailers and boutiques. And year 4 is where we're at right now, is where you launch your wholesale business with department stores, which can be great, but it can be a headache. Launching your international business so you can become a major player globally, and your licensing. And in order to do that, you're not only going to have to establish relationships with these buyers, these international partners and licensing partners, but you're going to have to be prepared when they ask you where are your contracts, where are your documents, and not let them dictate the partnership with their contracts and their documents and agreements. So let's jump right in. The first documents I want to share with you are your sales forms. So your sales forms are basically your domestic sales forms that you would either email, if the retailer is very old school, maybe fax, but for the most part, you'll be emailing these to the buyers or the assistant buyers or the district merchandising manager, whoever asks for these at a wholesale account, okay? And you may also have printout copies if you're doing trade shows to be able to give to potential buyers to take with them when they leave your booth or your stand. So let's jump right in and see what a line sheet consists of. So this is a pretty standard line sheet that I'll show you that we've used for the Shane and Sean brand over the years. This is a very old one, but it's the same format that we've always used. What you're going to have if you follow my cursor is your logo, what season. This one, as you can see, is spring, pre-spring 2013, the name of the brand, the address of where you're located, the sales rep responsible, and the email, how to get in contact with that sales rep. So this is just a cover page, pretty simple, just so in case someone, gets a copy and they share it with their superior, they'll know who it is and how to get in contact with you. So going down past the cover page, what you're going to have now are all of the details in order for you to actually have a functional sales form. Now, in your sales form, the very most important item that are going to be on here is going to be the images of your product. And as you can see with the images here, most of our images have white backgrounds to make it very clear and crisp to the potential buyer or buyer who's maybe reordering. Your logo at the top. But the most important are very nice high-res images of your product. We've always used kind of a 2/3 angle so that you can see the shoe a bit from the side and from the front and the top. It's a really good image profile to use. If you're doing handbags, most people do straight on. If you're doing shirts, you may have it with a model wearing the shirt or flat down with a bit of a wrinkle in it. Depends on what your product is, but pretty much these are the same type of images you would have on your website. Okay. Now, if you follow my cursor, the detail that you really need that are critical on the line sheet, for one, you need your code. And as you can see here, we've created, these are codes that you create internally. They're not dictated by a retailer. These are your own codes. And this is what the retailers will use to purchase it, right? And I'll show you that later in an order form. But for the most part, it's internal. So you can see here, we use SSF, which is Shane Sean Footwear. And we dash is usually the number of the SKU that we've designed for that season. So this is like the 8th design for that season. And then the last is the 3-letter shortcut for the name, PIT, which is the Pitt. We actually named the shoe after the Brad Pitt. So it's the Brad Pitt shoe. Again, you could, if your company's name was Mary Lou Handbags, maybe you do MLH dash, and your first design would be for that season would be 001 dash, and if it's the Evelyn bag, you would use maybe EVE. Okay, there's no set format. We just created this one. You could do it with only 2 sections, 1 section, but it's totally up to you. The most important, I told you there's many important items in your line sheet. The most important is right here, your wholesale cost and your retail cost. What this right here tells your buyers are the prices that they're going to pay you for the product, which is the $127.50. That is the wholesale price. And then also what the suggested retail is. And for this shoe, it's $255. So as you can see, we are providing our retailers with more than Keystone. Remember, Keystone is your wholesale times 2, and that's how you get your Keystone. So wholesale times 2 on here. Actually, it's exactly at Keystone. I lied. Okay, this is exactly at Keystone. $127.50 times 2 is $255. Yes? Yes. All right. So we're offering Keystone for these products. Now, if a retailer decides, say, like a lot of boutiques, they may sell, if they think this boot can sell in their city for $260 or $270, they'll sell it for $260, $270, and they'll just make more margin. Or if you're like a Macy's who right away likes to have their product on sale, they'll basically put a $255 on the actual tag, but then cross off and put $225 for sale and charge you back for the sale price. It gets weird like that sometimes, but for the most part, you just want to give them a gauge because you don't want to have retailer A selling your product less than retailer B because you offered them 2 separate deals. You want to offer everyone the same deal, and it's up to them how they want to adjust it, and it's negotiable with yourself. And then last but not least, you have the description. Okay, and you want to describe what this product is. Right away, what is that? You know, someone may look at the picture and the price, but they don't know what the materials are. Is that sterling silver? Is it, you know, if it's some sort of plastic? Is it genuine leather? Is it synthetic leather? They don't know. So this is where you actually provide that. As you can see, it says here, the Pitt stands guard if you're looking to strengthen your, you know, a little fancy wording. But basically, it describes the product. It tells you that there's buckles on here. There are accented stripes in the heel for comfort and for a cool look. And it's strapped. Now, this one does not actually have the materials on here, which I'm surprised at. But you can include the materials. I think it's best if you actually include the material in your descriptions. So, and then you have, that's the first page, and you go into the second page. What you are going to do is group all of the products that are the same together. So you see the Pit is in 2 colors. They're side by side. The Punchy, which is a great shoe that we did. We sold a lot of those. The black and brown are together. And then the Rizzos, the black and the blue are together. And then the Mow Down, the black and brown are together. So those are your line sheets. Again, email me if you want to get a copy. I will email you these so you can look at them and create yours off of this if you need a nice template to actually learn from. You can check us out at wardandfifth.com, social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Ward and Fifth. Thank you so much, and we'll be back.